Yep, day 65, overcast all day. It's going to be raining today and tomorrow. Had a reasonable amount of rain, so yeah, I got my out. I went searching for my Funk and Wagnalls. There's another photograph, but this is the Encyclopedia Britannica Black edition. Though the photograph I originally saw was in the white edition, and the photographs, not only was it bigger, but it was a true to life colour, like the green was green and the moss, moss was green and stuff like that. But it's washed out. It's, as far as I know, that's from the photograph I looked at many times, at least probably once a month over about a 3-year period over in WA in the white volumes. Yeah. Yeah, I also got my other copy out. What have we got? We got this old one. This is 1953, May 1953. It's a reasonably rare one. I want it. Oh yeah, here we go. It has this trip they go on, and a few other photographs in, sort of thing, and they have a few photographs of what they come across. And if I can get to the page now, I like it for this photograph of this Venus flytrap. When you look at the blurb, which took me years to actually notice this plant grew near Edgecombe, North Carolina, so it's near Edgecombe. Okay, so it's not actually in Edgecombe, it's near Edgecombe. So is Edgecombe a county, or I don't think so, or is it a town? So what's the nearest county or counties to Edgecombe? But can you see this? What I find interesting is those leaves are the leaves before the flower stalk. You can tell that they're from before the flower stalk. But what I noticed, what was really interesting, is the petioles are dark green, but the traps are this sort of yellow-green sort of thing. But it's the same photograph, so you can't just say they're out on the colours, because that sort of yellow-green is quite close to what we see as a yellow-green on a flytrap. So why are the petioles so dark green compared to the trap? And also you've got this overall red colour in the traps there. Apparently they're only supposed to get really intense coloration after the flower, apparently. So rather strange. Anyway, that's that one there. Of course, the other magazine is I'm missing one which is in a city parlour. So if anyone's got that, can you please do the similar thing on your side of the world? Give us a butcher's of the article. It's this is the Zoll thing. I'm missing one Zoll article. I've got the Australian ones. If you want me to videotape those, well, I'm quite happy to do that. But this is the Zoll article. Again, got this funny the colour, where the colour seems to be right across the. It's like sort of in the leaf sort of thing, almost like it's been sprayed on sort of thing, but it hasn't. And but this is very interesting. See how long the root hair. They're coloured. They're sort of this tan coloured. I'm assuming they start off red, but they go tan. Like the colour of peat sort of thing. But if you notice, these are the seedling leaves, the dicotyledons. But look how long the root is compared to the actual plant. The root system there is as big as the plant is, basically. I think that's, considering the comments that Robertson Houston's made in their paper about long persistent root hairs. I mean, that's quite a statement. Look at the pale colour of the petiole there, the weird sort of colour of the petiole. It's very interesting. So this is basically the article. And considering their comments, that's very interesting. Look at the sort of grey-black surface horizon of some of the soil sort of thing. And look at that. Look at this sort of pasty. Look at this soil here. That's almost what I'm getting on my sand. So we're getting very close, fellas, to working it out. And of course, you've got the Darlingtonia. Anyway, that's about it for. I'm squashing the page. There we go. That's better. And. Okay, what can I talk about today? Well, what I've noticed is the sand. I put that copper one in because I thought, it was floating, so I thought I put this one in there. and see what happens if it colours up. But I've noticed the sand is very sharp, which is, I don't know if anyone's been a bit blunt about being forward about the sand being sharp, but this is very slow to go, you know, to drain sort of thing, very slow. But so it'd be very interesting. But you see that colour, that sort of look to the soil. See that colour of the sand, sort of thing. You know, you can compare the colours of the purple and on the tag there, so you know that my camera's pretty in with the colour sort of thing. So whether this is going to pink or something, I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, back to what else to report. I'll take this. One thing I'm considering is that, you know, with the oh, hang on, I've got a spot colour on there so you won't see it. With this cat litter, newspaper cellulose, I think it may be better to just put the pellets in, you know, unjusted up, you know, with the hot water. Just put it into the soil, let them expand themselves. Because I'm getting the impression that although the newspaper cellulose, the so-called white wood attacked by the brown rock fungi, is beneficial, it should be separated from the sand, you know, like either as a zone, a profile zone, or in chunks, basically. So a bit like you've got your perlite, you know, separated from your medium. You know, you don't grind up your perlite and spread the perlite through a sort of perlite sand through the whole medium. So is there some organism that's being housed in the newspaper cellulose? But if you mix it with the sand, it doesn't work or something like that, I don't know. Anything to report? Nothing really much to report. Not really, except that leaf in there. Look at the spot colours. It's not too bad for the aluminium one, so I definitely think aluminium is in, but the iron is too hard. You either have to impregnate the medium to do it. I think aluminium is a lot safer, and zinc's a bit finicky too, so I think you should stick to the aluminium. But this one, as you can probably see, is starting to make a move now. So even though it's working on its third and fourth picture there. Look how pale some of the leaves are though. So interesting. Though I'm not too impressed by that flytrap, unless it's going to do something amazing soon, I don't know. After this rain or something, maybe there's some microorganisms coming down in the rain and suddenly it's going to go bang, you know. I'm probably going to fill this. Oh, the other thing is I've got greening on the sand there, a bit like the greening here over there, so I'm also going to put some more peat on there because, as I said, it's starting to scour down there, so I'm going to fill that section up with some more peat. And yeah, it just keeps getting better and better. It's growing quite fast, and there is something happening down there in the centre, so by week's end we should get a better butcher's eye look of what's going on there. Yeah, flowers have collapsed, flowers have collapsed, what with the weather. But look at that, what do you think of that, fellas? I think we're on the end run now. I think we've got the idea what's going on, and I think that one's just going to keep getting better and better, I reckon. So we'll compare it with the big pot over there. This is starting to put something up through with the side there. So far, the coir newspaper cellulose and sand, and the peat newspaper and sand. Yeah, new growth there. Quite good growth there. New leaf coming out there. One there, and quite a large new leaf coming, sort of trying to make its way through there. So so far better than this, or faster response, but we'll keep an eye on these ones in the bark chip newspaper cellulose and sand. I don't mind the look when it's like this, so in the winter time, but in the hot days I don't know. And this one keeps making a move, so it's been freshened up by the rain. Haha. So far, we might have a little bit of movement there, a new leaf coming out there. This one, normally those sort of leaves die off when you transplant, it's come back, so it's making a move. Don't know if we're going to get any progress out of this one. As I said, it was quite stiff, yeah, okay. So it's settled in nicely. I'll buy some more fly traps and put some extra ones in, and yeah, this one sort of keeps making a move. So and since all this greening is starting to happen on the surface, that some of it's being washed off by the rain. Oh, I don't know about the Cape Feathers, a bit slow. But then we got these other leaves there. Oh, that was a nice leaf there, but I think it's going black at the end due to the rain. Oh, bugger. Oh well. I said I'm thinking I'm either keeping the zinc on the back burner or just not progressing forward with the zinc. I don't think, unless one of these things is gonna go bang or something. I don't know, and take off. But still some more coloration at the base there with that one there. I will get some more fly traps and put them in and see how they go, but I don't know. As I said, I don't think the newspapers say it should be like that. I think we need to put it into the medium, if we're going to put it in there at all, as these, just leave them as the pellets and mix them in at the end sort of thing, as you're potting up sort of thing. You might have to have a few goes to get it right, so they push everything out of the pot as they expand or something. Oh yeah, this one here, you can see the new leaf coming out on that one. That's gives us some hope. Oh, there's one coming out on that one too. So it took a while for this one to get going, but if I can now with the sun, there's two leaves actually coming out there. So interesting. So we'll see how we go with that one. On this one, making a move with a new leaf down there. It looks like quite a nice leaf in there. So we are making progress. Oh, and this one here, that's also putting out the leaves. So. Fellas, bare sand I'm not really too impressed with, so it needs some more thunking, I think. But I think I will do the sand cultures and we'll see how we go with the sand cultures. But it may be a case of having the sand cultures and doing them all again, but adding our newspaper cellulose, but as in pelletized newspaper cellulose, and either peat or coir, or bark chip, whichever one works out to be the best sort of thing. And then we should get some really good progress, I would think, and come up with like a standard medium and with some reasoning behind it, sort of thing, not just sort of hoping for the best, saying, don't do this because I've tried this and it doesn't work, and it doesn't work because, that's sort of thing, and this works because, sort of thing, blah blah blah, and oh yeah, here we go. Still two in two minds about this coir. Just make rapid growth, but I don't like the look of the new leaves coming out. There's sort of something odd about them. I can't quite put my finger on it. Anyway, I think that's about it really. Nothing much else to report. I said, yeah, I think I'm going to have to cut something off fairly shortly. Getting a bit pissed off by some of these things, but this one I'm going to have to cut back, and it's hard to see. I think that one's going to die. Either it's going to do something amazing or it's going to die. I think it's going to die. And I'm not too happy about this one too. It seems a bit dry or something. So, and this initial calcium one, well, it's okay, I suppose, considering it's calcium. Oh, we are getting a bit of greening along the edge there, so that's interesting. So maybe it'll kick off now. But I'm going to do as I said, with the sand culture, I'm going to do another calcium one. Hopefully we'll push right the way through, right onto the other side. Okay, oh, the flower's not too bad, I suppose, today, but a bit of moisture on it, sort of thing. Okay, hopefully the camera's done its magic, or it's all out of focus, I don't know. But that's about it, fellas. Bit of a wet, rainy day in the middle of November, sort of thing. But yeah, we got the yes vote. 62% voted yes out of 79% that voted. So there was it 17% voted no, and the rest 62% voted yes. So a resounding yes. So I should do the YMCA, shouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Even though the wind we had a few weeks ago broke the back of my asparagus, got a new leaf coming out, and I think it's just going to draw all the energy, the reserves, back into the plant and just grow anew. I think that's what's going to happen. So still got my weeds growing in here, so they are surviving, even though they're probably not getting as much sun as they should do, even though in there. Some nice leaves. Oh, I've got my tomato plant growing out. Look at that, growing right the way through there. Anyway, it was just an experiment, fella, to get some data back. How about the I mean, liverworts are still growing. So, as I said, I'm going to keep an eye on these, keep watering them, and see if we can keep them alive all the way through to the 3rd week of February, when we have 46, maybe 47, 48 degrees in the shade during the day, and balmy 26 overnight. If I can keep a liverwort alive in those sort of conditions, I'll be really impressed. Yeah, anyway, that's about it. Horseradish alive, rhubarb's alive, weeds alive. Oh, and this rose bush is starting to take off. With regular watering, it's put out a side shoot. So yeah, I will probably get into the roses once I crack the formula. I reckon the formula will apply to all these plants I've been experimenting with, and I'll just go